If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns have officially hit their bye week, and while the record might not look impressive, the story beneath the surface is one of promise, grit, and surprising flashes of brilliance from a young core that might just reshape the future of football in Cleveland. The 2025 rookie class has been the brightest spark in what's otherwise been a frustrating season. And it's no exaggeration to say that General Manager Andrew Berry might have just pulled off one of the most well-rounded drafts in recent franchise history. When you dig into each name and their impact, you start to realize that while the Browns are still searching for consistency on Sundays, the foundation of something special is starting to take shape on both sides of the ball. And with the team entering the bye week, it's the perfect time to break down how each rookie has performed, what's gone right, what's gone wrong, and what it all means for the road ahead. Let's start in the trenches, because that's where football games are won and lost. Mason Graham, the big defensive tackle out of Michigan, came into Cleveland amid a storm of hot takes and skepticism after the Browns made the shocking decision to trade down from the second overall pick. Fans and analysts alike questioned the move, wondering how a team so desperate for star power could pass up on elite offensive prospects to grab a defensive lineman. But Graham's tape has spoken louder than any stat line. Sure, the numbers won't blow anyone away, 17 tackles and half a sack at the midway point of the season, but those who truly watch the games know the story. Graham has been a disruptor, a game wrecker in the middle who demands double teams, eats space, and opens up opportunities for others to feast. The Browns linebackers have benefited, the edge rushers have more freedom, and the defense as a whole has looked more cohesive with Graham clogging the interior. He's the kind of player whose impact can't be measured in the box score, but is felt every time the ball is snapped. His grade, a solid B+, with room to grow and the potential to become a long-term cornerstone of the defensive front. Moving to the offensive side, the biggest question heading into the season was simple. How do you replace Nick Chubb? You don't, not really. But what Quinshon Judkins has done since stepping onto the field has been nothing short of impressive. The rookie running back has carried the load with a maturity and explosiveness that's reminded fans that there's still life in the Browns' ground game. With 486 yards and 5 touchdowns so far, Judkins has done more than hold his own. He's become the heartbeat of this offense. When the Browns have found any rhythm this season, it's been through him. His ability to break tackles, find lanes behind a shaky offensive line, and deliver in the red zone has been critical. And keep in mind, this is a guy who didn't even participate in the offseason program and missed week 1. The fact that he's already producing like a top-tier back speaks volumes. The only thing holding him back from perfection is inconsistency in a couple of recent games where the offense sputtered and he couldn't get going. Still, he's earned that A grade, and you can bet the Browns are already building around him for the future. Now, let's talk about a player who's been flying under the national radar, but is quietly becoming one of the steals of the draft, linebacker Carson Schwiezinger. This kid has been electric, leading the team with 64 tackles, not just among rookies, but all players. Schwiezinger has been everywhere. Add a pick and a sack to that resume, and you've got the makings of a defensive rookie of the year contender. That is, until injury temporarily derailed his campaign. But make no mistake, what Schwiezinger has shown so far is pure football IQ mixed with relentless energy. He diagnoses plays like a veteran, moves sideline to sideline with speed and confidence, and has brought leadership to a defense that's desperately needed some. It's rare that a rookie linebacker steps in and commands respect so quickly, but Schwiezinger has done just that. Grade? Easy A+. He's been one of the Browns' biggest hits of the season, and if he returns healthy after the bye, expect his name to start buzzing again in national conversations. Speaking of pleasant surprises, let's shift to the tight end room, where Harold Fannin Jr. has completely changed the dynamic. Coming into the season, no one expected the rookie to challenge David Njoku, one of Cleveland's top veterans, for snaps. But here we are, halfway through the year, and Fannin isn't just playing, he's thriving. Leading the team in receptions, 38, and yards, 352, Fannin has been the most reliable target for both quarterbacks. He's also found the end zone twice and proven himself as a weapon after the catch. His chemistry with the quarterbacks and his knack for finding soft spots in coverage have been game changers. At this point, He's made Njoku expendable, and there are whispers around the league that the veteran could be traded in the offseason. The Browns have found their new tight end of the future, and he's earning every bit of that A-plus grade. Now, unfortunately, not every rookie story is a success story. Dillon Gabriel's tenure as the starting quarterback has been rocky, to put it mildly. When he was drafted, the idea was clear: get a smart, accurate passer who could make quick reads, avoid turnovers, and distribute the ball efficiently. Instead, what we've seen is a quarterback struggling to push the ball downfield, hesitant under pressure, and unable to consistently sustain drives. His accuracy has been spotty, and while he started the season with a reputation for protecting the football, even that fell apart against New England when turnovers crept in. The Browns' offense has looked stagnant more often than not, and while it's unfair to write off a rookie this early, Gabriel's trajectory feels like that of a future backup rather than a franchise guy. Grade D. The potential might still be there, but time is running out for him to prove it. And that brings us to one of the most talked about names in Cleveland right now, Shedeur Sanders. The hype, the name, the potential, it's all there. But so far, he hasn't played a single meaningful snap. Whether it's because of coaching philosophy, playbook concerns, or sheer stubbornness, head coach Kevin Stefanski just hasn't given him a chance. That's led to growing frustration not just among fans, but also in the media, with none other than Skip Bayless publicly blasting Stefanski for refusing to give Sanders an opportunity. Bayless didn't hold back, saying, "It will be over Stefanski's dead body that Shedeur gets any reps," and calling for either a trade or even a coaching change to make it happen. Now, love or hate Bayless, he has a point. Dillon Gabriel's struggles are obvious, and Sanders can't possibly be much worse. At some point, especially if the offense continues to flounder, Stefanski will have no choice but to give the rookie a look. For now, though, it's a not applicable. We simply haven't seen enough to grade him fairly. But rest assured, his time is coming. Dylan Sampson's situation is a bit of a mixed bag. When he's on the field, he's electric, a lightning-quick change of pace back who can complement Judkins beautifully. But when is the key word here? He's struggled to earn consistent touches, buried behind Jerome Ford in the rotation. Outside of Week 1, he's barely been involved, touching the ball more than 5 times in only 2 games since then. That's on the coaching staff as much as it is on him. The Browns need to find ways to get Sampson more involved, because every time he's had the ball, he's shown flashes of what he can do. Grade C+. There's potential here, but it's being underutilized. Now let's give some love to the undrafted guys, because Cleveland's front office has a knack for finding gems where no one else looks. Aiden Huntington has been that guy this season. For an undrafted rookie in a crowded defensive tackle room, Huntington has done everything asked of him and more. With 10 tackles, half a sack, and even some snaps on special teams, plus the occasional appearance at fullback, he's become a fan favorite. He brings hustle, versatility, and toughness. Grade A. The Browns have found another diamond in the rough. Isaiah Bond, on the other hand, has struggled to find rhythm in a weak receiving core. He's got just 11 catches for 123 yards, and while he's been getting open, he and the quarterbacks haven't been able to connect on anything big. He's clearly talented, but something's not clicking. Grade C-. He's got time to figure it out, but patience is wearing thin. And finally, there's Dom Jones, a cornerback who's bounced between the practice squad and active roster. He hasn't been terrible, but every time he's on the field, there's a noticeable drop in coverage reliability. Still, he's carved out a niche on special teams, which keeps him valuable. Grade D, though he might get another shot with Tyson Campbell dealing with a concussion. All told, this rookie class has been a revelation. A group of players that, despite the team's struggles, has injected life and hope into a fan base desperate for both. The Browns might not be winning many games right now, but the rookies are winning hearts. The defense looks stronger, the running game looks revitalized, and the tight end position looks secure for years to come. The quarterback situation? That's still a mess. But even there, with Shedeur Sanders waiting in the wings, there's intrigue. The upcoming weeks will tell us a lot about where this team is headed. If the Browns can lean into their youth, stay patient, and let these rookies continue to grow, the payoff might be coming sooner than anyone expects. And if nothing else, one thing's clear. This rookie class has made the Browns must-watch football again. and that's something Cleveland fans haven't been able to say in a long, long time. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Rumors are swirling in the NFL world, and they're creating quite the storm for Browns fans. Word on the street is that Shedeur Sanders, the young quarterback many expected to be a cornerstone for the franchise's future, might be preparing to leave Cleveland. Sources close to the team have hinted that there are growing tensions behind the scenes, and while nothing has been officially confirmed, the chatter in league circles is impossible to ignore. Sanders, son of the legendary Deion Sanders, has always carried the weight of high expectations on his shoulders, and some insiders suggest that those expectations may have contributed to an uneasy environment in Cleveland. The Browns have been navigating a season of highs and lows, with flashes of brilliance from Sanders often overshadowed by the team's inconsistency, and this has reportedly sparked frustration from both sides. Within the locker room, whispers of discontent have been picking up steam. According to sources familiar with team dynamics, there are differing opinions on how Sanders' development is being handled, with some coaches allegedly pushing for a style of play that doesn't fully align with what he brings to the table. It's said that Shedeur, known for his improvisational skills and quick thinking on the field, has been vocal about wanting more autonomy in the offense, a request that may not have sat well with the current coaching regime. Meanwhile, fans have started noticing subtle shifts in Sanders' body language during games, moments where his usually confident demeanor seems slightly strained, fueling speculation that all may not be well behind the scenes. Sports insiders have begun weighing in, with some arguing that a potential exit could be mutually beneficial, allowing Sanders to find a situation where he feels more empowered while giving the Browns a chance to pivot in a different direction. Off the field, the story is just as intriguing. Sources suggest that there have been informal conversations between Sanders' camp and several other NFL teams who are reportedly intrigued by the prospect of adding a young, dynamic quarterback to their roster. While no official negotiations have leaked, the mere hint of interest has set off a flurry of speculation among fans and analysts alike. Some are pointing to the Texans, others to teams looking for a fresh quarterback presence, and the rumor mill is spinning faster with each passing day. It's unclear whether Sanders is actively seeking a trade or if the Browns might be initiating discussions themselves, but the buzz around the league suggests that a move could be on the horizon sooner rather than later. Agents and advisors are said to be quietly surveying potential landing spots, measuring team fits, offensive schemes, and long-term prospects for a quarterback who is still very early in his professional career. Financial considerations are reportedly part of the equation as well. Sanders, with his pedigree and growing profile, is entering a stage where contract discussions and salary cap implications can't be ignored. Some insiders speculate that the Browns may be hesitant to commit long-term given the uncertainties surrounding the offense, while Sanders' camp is exploring opportunities that could maximize both his playing time and earning potential. The NFL is, after all, a business, and young stars like Shedeur have to balance ambition with practicality, sometimes making decisions that might shock fans but make sense from a career perspective. The buzz around potential contract scenarios, trade packages, and draft considerations has only intensified, making this one of the most closely watched rumors of the offseason. Adding another layer to the story is the ever-present shadow of legacy. Being the son of Deion Sanders brings a unique set of pressures, and some reports suggest that Shedeur is acutely aware of how every move he makes is scrutinized. Leaving a team like the Browns, with its passionate fanbase and media spotlight, could be seen as a bold statement of independence, signaling that he wants to chart his own path rather than follow a predetermined script. Analysts have been debating whether such a move would enhance or complicate his career trajectory, with some arguing that a new environment could unlock his full potential, while others warn of the risks involved in changing teams too early. Either way, the narrative surrounding Sanders is becoming more compelling by the day, and each rumor adds another layer of intrigue to a story that shows no signs of slowing down. Social media has, of course, become a breeding ground for speculation. Clips of Sanders' interviews, highlights of his on-field improvisation, and even offhand comments from teammates have been dissected for clues about his future. Fans are divided, some expressing concern about the Browns' ability to retain him, while others are excited at the prospect of a blockbuster move shaking up the league. Hashtags, discussion threads, and debate panels are exploding with theories, ranging from potential landing spots to what this could mean for the Browns' draft strategy. The collective attention on this developing situation is reminiscent of the biggest quarterback sagas in recent memory, and it's clear that Shedeur Sanders' next move could be one of the defining storylines of the NFL offseason. Meanwhile, insiders hint that the Browns are quietly preparing for multiple scenarios. From potential trades to contingency plans at quarterback, the front office is reportedly bracing for a variety of outcomes. There's talk of exploring the draft, evaluating backups, and even entertaining offers for other positions to create flexibility if Sanders does indeed decide to move on. While some executives publicly maintain that the team is committed to building around their young quarterback, the behind-the-scenes maneuvering suggests a more complex picture, one where the Browns are keeping their options open while Sanders' camp gauges interest across the league. The tension between public statements and private strategy only fuels the rumor mill, creating a perfect storm of speculation that has fans, analysts, and insiders glued to every update. At the heart of all this, of course, is the player himself. Shedeur Sanders has always been known for his poise and confidence, both on and off the field, but sources close to him indicate that he's carefully weighing his options. The prospect of leaving the Browns is not taken lightly. It's a decision that would impact his development, his legacy, and his relationship with fans. Yet, the fact that these rumors exist and are gaining traction suggests that conversations are happening quietly and strategically behind closed doors. The next weeks could bring clarifying statements, cryptic social media posts, or even an official announcement. But until that moment arrives, the NFL world is left to speculate, debate, and imagine the possibilities. One thing is certain: the saga of Shedeur Sanders and the Browns is far from over, and whether he stays or goes, the ripples of this story are already shaping narratives across the league. The young quarterback's journey continues to captivate, and fans everywhere are watching closely, waiting to see how one of the NFL's most talked-about young talents will chart the next chapter of his career. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!